on my ideas and some theories about season 4 of The Umbrella. And all of these ideas, not all of them might have. Season 4 was confirmed about an hour ago, which is good after all, but there's a catch. Most shows and all that can't go on forever, and they've confirmed that Season 4 will be the final. Yeah. So, the final season. Now, bad on a few reasons. Number 1. Good as you can quickly run out of ideas. Not really though. You can run out of ideas kind of quickly that people actually like to the storyline. First season was about 43 people being born, only 7 of them being found, and stopping Apocalypse. Season 2 was going back in time before they were born and going through other problems. Season 3 was about them going back to their time, 2019, but not everything being the same. And Season 4 will probably be about something happening in the new place that they're living in, and they can't do anything about it without their powers. Now, the ending of Season 3 really kind of gave me questions about really gave me some kind of questions in my head. What happened to Sloane? And what about the post-credit with Ben? And him wearing glasses and on a train, probably back to his hometown. People think this was Umbrella Ben, but Steve Blackman, the creator of the show or something, writer, confirmed that was Sparrow Ben. So we don't really know why he's happy. Probably to do with the fact that he has something else to focus on other than being a Sparrow. Now, we don't know when Season 3 is going to come forth or is going to come out. I'd say probably 2024 or maybe the beginning of 2025. Now, Season 3 I don't think was delayed at any point. I mean, it came out when it came out. June 22nd this year. And honestly, it was a good season, but a few kind of things were missing. The Sparrows barely got any screen time, or some of them. The CGI and everything was kind of downgraded, but I guess that's because of Stranger Things and all of that. I mean, that is one of the most popular shows. And they have a Season 5 as well, coming out. And on top of that, so does Cobra Kai. They're getting another season after that. So far, out of the 3 shows I watch on Netflix, Cobra Kai is definitely got the most seasons. Now, we have kind of got a little bit story ideas, or like plot, a teeny bit of the plot kind of shown, not really, just like some sort of, right, says this. Grab your briefcase, the Umbrella Academy's come back for a 4th and final season. The entire Hargreaves family will return for this series' goodbye season, which will be executive by creator and showrunner Steve Blackman. That means you'll see Elliot Page, Tom Hopper, David Castaneda, Amy Raver Lampin, Robert Sheehan, Aidan Gallagher, Justin H. Ritsu Aria, and Colin Farrell reprise roles as your favourite superpowered dysfunctional family. Season 4. That's a relief, considering the precarious position the Umbrella Academy found itself in with the Season 3 finale. Season 3 ending with our heroes stepping into a brand new timeline, one where they were without powers, missing a few siblings, and already under the watchful eye of their dad. their answer to yet another impossible situation, breaking up the proverbial band and going their own ways. In conversation with Tim Blackman spells all about what these twists will mean for Season 4, along with details on his two exciting new series in development, Orbital and video game adaptation Horizon Zero Dawn. The siblings are always up for a challenge. This new timeline has been dictated by Hargreaves, who reprogrammed the universe at the end of Season 3's finale, but because of Allison's actions, he didn't get to finish what he started from Allison and press the reset button. So the siblings losing their powers isn't going to be the only oddity in this timeline. There are new enemies who want to see them. But how do they manage without their powers? Is there even a way to get them back? The stakes have never been greater. Right, and then someone asked about the Ben post-credit scene. Then someone said, let's be clear, that is far away, and the question you should really asking yourself is, what the fuck is he doing on a Korean subway train reading a book about pottery? Odd, right, of course it is. This is the Umbrella Academy, as every good Umbrella fan knows. No moment in the show exists in isolation. Everything we see is meaning, and this moment is no exception. Ben has a reason to be there, but you'll have to wait until Season 4 to understand why. So yeah, one final season and so many answers. It's gonna be a lot to process. Now, another thing, sorry for the long kind of silence, that I hope to see is Season 4 getting more kind of promotion than, well, last season's. It was very quiet for a while, and then all of a sudden we get a trailer completely released. Other than, like, posters and all that before. Like, the likes of Stranger Things and everyone, they got around 4 trailers in total. And around 4 trailers. Victor, the Wheelhouse trailer, the California teaser, the and the Russia storyline. Umbrella Academy got one trailer, but I'm guessing that's because, well, it was based in one location, one storyline only, which was stopping the Kugel Blitz by killing everyone, and they pretty much failed at that. Now, this season, I kind of hope it won't release like near Stranger Things. I mean, at this rate, I'm not really bothered if it releases after Stranger Things, because then again, you have more kind of time to get better CGI and VFX, because you're not going to be affected by like a giant hit show. You can have time for your own now. The season probably will come out 2024 or like early 2025 is my prediction. Now, sorry for the pause. Season 3 was announced some point in the season 3 announcement it was announced in I think February 2021 or 2020. Let me check actually. If I can find it. Yeah, season 3 was announced on 10th of November 2020. Just checking something for a certain reason. When was it revealed? 10th of November 2020, season 3 was revealed. 10th of November 2020, 10th of November 10th. And released season 2 on July 31st, 2020. And they announced season 4 on the today, August 25th. Now, comparing when season 3 was revealed and season 2's release date, that season 2's release date was the 31st of July 2020. So they announced they released season 2 on the 31st of July 2020. And they announced season 3 on 10th of November. Now that was 3 months and 10 days they took to announce season 3, from the 31st of July 2022 to Thursday the 10th of November 2020. Oh, that's the wrong date. It's the 31st of July 2020 to 10th of November 2020. That was 102 days. This is. Oh my god, wrong days. So, yeah, 102 days from the 31st of July 2020 to the 10th of November 2020. So, keep that in mind, that is 102 days. When when Season 2 released, and when Season 3 was announced. Now, let's do it when Season 3 came out, June 22nd, and Season 4 was announced on the this is the 25th today. Yep. August 25th. Now, see, now, from that period of time, that is only 64 days away. So they've announced the season a little bit earlier than last time. And by that I mean around odd 50 days, maybe a little bit more. Now, since Umbrella Academy Season 3 was announced around pandemic times, and was filming around pandemic times, they really didn't have much places they could go so they can continue filming and everything. There was originally meant to be a scene where Five and Luther go to Japan, where Ben was born in Japan, I think. Well, or somewhere close to it. I don't really know. Now, I don't know if the Clouds and 5 road trip was kind of a replacement, but there's also meant to be a motorbike chase when 5 tracks down Pogo. Now, just because Season 4 is the last season doesn't mean that Umbrella Academy is kind of done forever. There is still books, another issue of a book to be released, Sparrow Academy book, which will be interesting considering that the Umbrellas and all that are not enemies with them. They are more like they've never met them before, and they didn't. I don't think they had time travel all the way back. I think it's just a normal universe now. What I'm kind of excited to see is the villains for Season 4. For a few reasons. I don't see how villains would, really work if the Umbrellas have no powers to kind of do anything. Now, maybe during I don't know when, but some point I probably will be making a few videos on my own kind of Umbrella Academy kind of original kind of characters, like one particular that appeared in the show, my own, and their own kind of abilities. Now, depends how long season 4 will take. They only confirmed it today, so now I don't really think there's going to be much season 4 news, but every day is kind of now a waiting list to see if there's going to be any more news about season 4. So, now, what I'm kind of really interested to see if Sloane is going to be in this season or not. Her name was not really on the big main casting list kind of thing that was on the Tizum page, but you know, they could just be trying to hide that. Now, I genuinely thought after season 3's ending, season 3 would be the final season, but I guess not. Now, I'm gonna guess that we can forget about, like, the 27 women that Harlan murdered, and they'll probably be brought back to life. So that leaves around 29, I think. I don't really know. There's so far 14 kids being revealed in the Umbrella Academy timeline. And 43 of them were born in the original timeline. 43 were born, I don't know why, I'm just going to go over this. 43 were born in season 1, because this is the first kind of normal timeline thing that we see. Season 3, only 16 were born. 27 add 16 is 43. So 27 of them were killed, and only 16 of them survived. So, if we don't include the Sparrow Academy, we still have around... however many kids we haven't saw in the Sparrow timeline, let me think. So, 16 were born, and there's 43 of them in total. So, 16 take away 7. Right, 16 take away 7. Well, take away 7 is 9. So, if we don't count the Sparrow Academy, there is still 9 children that we don't currently know about in the Sparrow timeline. If Lila's parents weren't murdered on that day, she could have been one of them. Now, what we have to do now is basically forgot actually. Anyway, we don't actually know if Christopher was one of the kids that were born, because he's not really a kid, he's a cube. could have been a kid turned like cube by accident, or he could have literally been born a cube. I really don't know. Anything is possible. The universe in Umbrella Academy is very weird. Ah, no, right. So, now, the important part is what we've basically just done. Since we already know about 7 of the... Oh. Well... Yeah, I think I've done this a little bit wrong, because I counted Ben twice now. Doesn't matter, right? I'm gonna double check my math. So, if you have 16 born, you take away 9. Right. 16 were born, only 7 were found. So we still have around 9 unknown. Well, it doesn't all matter, right? We still have around. Okay, right. $29 unknown kind of kids. So, because we have Lothar, Diego, Allison, Klaus, 5, Ben, and Victor would be 7. Then you have the Sparrow Academy, which I'm not going to count Ben. He is a Sparrow, but he was also an Umbrella. So, not to complicate things, we'll just. Now we've got the Sparrows, Marcus. I'm gonna say Lila, but even though she isn't a Sparrow, she can be Ben's replacement. Faye. Sloan, Jimmy, and Christopher. So that leaves 14. And 43, take away 14 is 29. So we still have around 29 superpower people we don't know of. So that means I'll probably have to make 29 OCs, or original characters with kind of powers on them. So let's discuss some kind of power ideas that some characters could have. Now, the powers are more or less kind of physical abilities that you have to have certain things for. Like, 5 has to, well, have arms to open portals and hands, I guess, to kind of do all this kind of stuff, I think. Like, their powers kind of require basic terms, I guess, for them to operate. So, powers like in this game wouldn't really work, I don't really think. Because everyone's power is kind of different other than Lila's. And Marcus's for some reason. but just because every power in this game has kind of sub power, an extra ability to go along with it. Like, I'm just going to say, having all these kind of powers would be kind of weird, because we also need to look at this. Victor has kind of different powers than everyone. His main power is to kind of manipulate sound, but he can do that in kind of different ways than anyone else can. What do I mean by that? Well, Victor has a few kind of different powers. And I'll go over them. Main power is obviously sound manipulation. Now, I'm guessing he only has different powers because he was the kind of no powers kind of guy, and to obviously make a good thing, he will obviously be the most OP. Now, they've quite clearly nerfed them. Season 1, heroes be able to kind of absorb people's like life away, life absorption. Like they done to 5 or 3,000 days ago, even though that failed because number 3, aka Austin, was threatening to shoot her, but shot somewhere else instead. Now, season 2, she could fly, kinda, like she could levitate up in the air, and yeah, kinda create these powerful blasts. Now, Victor can also create force fields, manipulate matter, can shape, like he can make his like skin lighten up when he's using his power. Now, Victor can also kind of move abilities with his main, like, you know, I'm just gonna like kill Pogo and everything, like lift him up, kill him, which I thought was kind of bold, but still. It's kind of like in Infamous 2, Cole has the ability to kind of lift up things with electricity, like cars and everything. Electrokinesis, electromagnetism. So yeah, quite a lot of powers, if you ask me. Now, to look for good powers, could be anything. The first one that always comes to my mind for some reason is Mr. Fantastic's power. Stretchable limbs and they can twist and everything. Mr. Fantastic's powers. Elasticity. So that means he can basically like extend his limbs out and stretch them like a lot. But when you kind of do that to like people like the Scarlet Witch, he just gets turned into spaghetti. Not really spaghetti, but he gets turned into like, I don't really know what to call it. But yeah, so that's the first kind of power I can think of. Now, the second power would be probably super speed or something. Now, that only would work if, I don't really know, because right, the longer you run normally, the longer you can use your ability for, I guess. Yeah. Now, the third power I think of is, it's actually kind of hard. Disintegration. When you touch something, it will quickly disintegrate. Now, this power would probably require you to, I don't really know actually, require you to do something. Anything, I guess. But disintegration would be, well, you have to have fingers, obviously. You can't do it with fingers. Now, fourth kind of ability for someone is actually a pretty interesting one. And it would be kind of interesting to kind of, right. I think of another kind of time. I'm gonna go there now. If there's any news about season 4, I will definitely like go on about it. And yes,